Hey. Okay, so recently I just found out about this brand new game called Runa. Now, Runa is a brand new JRPG that is still in development. A Kickstarter went up for it 3 days ago, and as you can see, it already smashed that goal so quickly. So, and from everything I've seen, this game is very promising. I've heard a lot of people compare it to a Persona and Xenoblade, like it's very Persona and Xenoblade inspired, and I can definitely attest to this. The combat is more like Persona, but the world exploration and world building and everything else is Xenoblade akin. So I kind of want to just talk about this game real quick and go over it because I'm very excited for this. It looks promising. And despite this only being a 3-member team, like there's only 3 developers working on this, and this game already looks very good. Okay, it is 3 people under the name Phoenix Studio, based in Madrid, Spain. So this game is looking amazing already. So I'm just gonna play the trailer here for you, just so y'all can see where my hype is coming from, and then we'll talk about the Kickstarter a little bit. Okay, like I said earlier, this Kickstarter went up 3 days ago on the 16th, and it already smashed its goal. It was 47,000. It's already at 110,000 in just 3 days. So a lot of people are very excited for this. And I'm going to skim over some of the campaign. I'm not going to read all of it because that would take a long time, and just out of respect for the developers, I think y'all should go and check out the Kickstarter for yourself, read the campaign, see what it's all about, and even pledge if you want to. So there's a couple interesting things in here that I do want to go over, but I'm excited for this game. It already hit all of these goals. It's amazing. So, Runa is an adventure game inspired by modern and classic JRPGs with turn-based battle system, social links, and a story-rich science fantasy world. So you can already see with the turn-based and social link things, that's the Persona side, and then the story-rich science fantasy world, very Xeno akin. And this game looks like it has a lot of Monolith Soft inspiration just all together in general. So I'm very excited for this game. Promising to keep intact what makes classic JRPG games fun, Runa also features elemental puzzles and base building, as well as mini games like farming, fishing, and cooking. Runa is set in Akasha, a world in which runas symbolize the technological advances of an ancient civilization, whether for domestic use or combat. This is Runa, or the use of runas is key. Only some people, known as adepts, are able to fully control them and unleash their true power. So this is reminding me a lot of Genshin, with like the visions and characters getting visions and gnosis and adeptus and all of that. So or Adepti, I guess. But this is taking inspiration from many classic and modern JRPGs, as they said. But they do have a Discord and a Twitter, and you can wish list the game on Steam. So I'm going to get into this a little bit later, but for right now, the game is only set to release on PC, but the developers do want to port it to all other systems. They want to get it on all systems, to all the current consoles at least. So Nintendo Switch, Xbox, PlayStation, all of that. They want it on everything. So I'm very excited for that because the Switch release would be amazing. Go follow them on Twitter and join their Discord server. Now, just a couple features from this game. The world of Runa is colorful and vibrant fantasy one, but also full of mysteries and sci-fi elements. Follow the journey of a group of adventurers who, driven by their unique motivations, find themselves traveling and unraveling all of the hidden secrets in Akasha. So as you can see, this game already looks amazing. Like the world itself, you can see a lot of inspiration from Xenoblade, from like the very dynamic and different environments from each other. And even that grass environment right there looks like something out of Xenoblade. The character designs look like Xenoblade characters, and the weapons as well. So the music is also very nice. And then the combat, as we saw in the trailer, and I'll show off a little bit later, is very, very akin to a Persona. So I like mixing action RPGs with turn-based RPGs into one game. It's so cool. It's got like the world of an action RPG, but the combat of a turn-based RPG. So I think that is very, very cool. Now, Passage of the Clouds. These green hills lay above the clouds. They're surrounded by mountains and waterfalls, as well as ancient buildings. In a nearby lake, 2 giant stone swords stand, with plenty of secrets await to be discovered among the ancient ruins. Those lands also serve as a passage for traders and travelers dealing with the challenges of the monsters that inhabit them. So we could already see this world looks amazing. I assume that's going to be like the hub of the world, that base looking thing. But the world looks beautiful. The port city of Tuken, I think that's how it's pronounced, Tuken. This vibrant city is also known as District 6. It lies alongside the Sea of the Sunken Towers, surrounded by towering buildings that were once inhabited, but now stand crumbled and in ruin. Presently, it serves as a vital port city and features a unique train system, making it a destination for all the curious. Now, Nexus City of Enith, or Enith? I think that's how it's pronounced, Enith. That just sounds badass. This city operates as the main party's hub. Okay, yeah, so this city right here we're seeing is the main hub. In the past, it serves as a border town for travelers to trade goods and chat with others. Nowadays, its location is not as well known, and not all adventurers dare to venture so deep into the mountains. Now, the abandoned ruins of Nilisel, I think that's how it's pronounced. Little is known about these ruins, aside from the fact that they are located in Runa's resonance zone, where night never ceases. Noteworthy for its moon and its areas inhabited by fireflies, the elemental puzzles of these ruins prevent the locals from unraveling their secrets. So, I mean, look at these areas at night. Xenoblade has always been notorious for certain areas at night being very pretty, and I can already tell that this area will be like the Sotoro Marsh or Araya in certain parts of it. We can already see the trees here remind me a lot of that, so I'm sure the more we explore, the more we'll find. But yeah, talking about the battle system a little bit, it is turn-based. The elemental break system, so we're already getting a break system, is a battle system inspired by JRPG classics. Turn-based battles with ordered turns, elemental affinities, and strategical approach. So this is very Persona and SMT heavy. It leans more on the Persona side, but you can see the inspiration. The key features are elemental affinities with strengths and weaknesses, elemental attack binded to the attack command, Max active party members, there's 4. Can swap between party members anytime, no turn wasted. I like that a lot. So if you switch out a character in combat, it doesn't waste a turn. I'm a huge fan of that in general. Group ultimates, so like all out attacks, and 7 elements that counter each other, just like Persona SMT, but it's more akin to Persona, so I'm gonna just say that. I think Persona has 8, maybe 9, including gun. But yeah, here's a little sneak peek of the combat a little bit. So you even see that the HUD itself looks a lot like Persona, at least like Persona 3 and 4. Now, this system is based on breaking the elemental balance of the enemy, making them more vulnerable, inflicting debuffs on them, and gaining an extra turn. The basic attack of each party member is associated with such character's element. Breaking the elemental balance of all the enemies will make them faint, which allows you to make a powerful group ultimate or use some free turns. Now, here's some relationships and romances. We can already see some of the characters right here, so I'm going to skip some of this and go on to the characters and explain some of the characters a little bit. Again, if y'all want to see any of this, I will link the Kickstarter in the description. But I want to talk about the characters a little bit. So here are the characters. Characters and their stories play a big role. Our goal is centered on creating charming and aesthetically appealing characters, each with a distinct personality to accompany and assist you throughout your journey. So Ivier right here is the main character. Meet Ivier, the main character, a Runa apprentice living in the city of Enaith. He is one of the chosen adepts in the world, destined to wield the elements and command the power of runas. Soon, he becomes entangled in a storyline that takes him on a journey around the world, unraveling mysteries previously unexplored by anyone. So, pretty similar to Rex in a way, at least for his origin story. And he looks, look at this design, bro. This looks like a Xenoblade character. This looks like a Xenoblade protagonist. And then the sword here, I'm sure, is taking inspiration from the Buster sword from FF7, since that is a very influential and big classic JRPG. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's where that is based off of. I like her. She's probably my favorite character right now. She looks so badass and just like, she looks like she'd be like an agile ninja, kind of like Petra from Fire Emblem Three Houses. I feel like she's going to play a lot like that. Just be a super fast agile. Maybe she might be an agility tank, maybe, or an evasion tank like Mio, but I don't know if that works in a turn-based system. Isla is a fire adept who makes a living as an inventor and junk dealer. She resides in a small mountain village where she crafts her own creations. With a determined and protective nature, she always ready to help those in need. She looks like she would be a glass cannon. She looks very small and vulnerable, but she can hit some big damage. Now, here we have Lizelle. Lizelle is a wind adept and one of the remaining members of the Kurta clan. Reliable but a handful, Lizelle sets out on a journey in pursuit of revenge. So he looks very cool too. Like this looks like a Xenoblade character as well. I know I keep saying that, but he looks like he could be a Xenoblade character. At least like his face design kind of looks like Rex a little bit with the hair. But yeah, look at these designs. They're actually very nice. I enjoy them a lot. Now we have Mumu. Mumu is a water adept with unknown origins who has no choice but to join the party in search of answers. Curious and kind-hearted, Mumu strives to be part of the group and prove their worth. Now we have Narianthe. Narianthe is an electro adept who unexpectedly meets the party on her journey. Strong-willed and determined to not share details about her, she decides to temporarily join the group for her own interests. Now, she looks like an interesting character. I'm excited to see what her combat is going to be like. She's electric, so that's already interests me, and just her design overall is very nice. I love her design, so I'm very excited to see the story behind her and just her combat in general. She's definitely going to be a character I use a lot already just off of those two things alone. Now, elemental spirits here. Among all of the monsters roaming in the world of Runa, the Nerit embody pure elemental power. These spirits are composed of one of the 7 elements: fire, water, wind, electro, void, aether, or gravity. If you spot one during your journey, don't hesitate to pursue it. Upon defeating it, the Nerit will lend its power to your party, unlocking new and powerful skills. Okay, so this is like echoes from Wuthering Waves. That game's not out yet, but you know, I've been keeping up with that game. And just like Wuthering Waves, I'm going to be keeping up with this game and updating on any new updates. And whatever else happens with this game, I'm going to follow the development and keep y'all updated because I'm very excited for this. It's still very, very early in development. So I'm going to be following it all the way. And some more important information I want to talk about before ending it off here is down here at the bottom. Stretch goals, I'm sure y'all can read about those if you want, but there are 2 new characters for stretch goals here, Angelo and what was their name? Mythin. And then there is like a dating or a romance section of the game, and these are 2 new characters that you can romance. Limey right here, I wish she could be a playable character. Look at that, I love that design. She looks adorable, the design looks badass. I wish she was a playable character, but for now at least she's just a dateable character. But here, some upcoming stretch goals. These are just some of the upcoming goals that may appear soon and will be revealed in detail as the campaign progresses. So bonus map, semi-open world, city map, and dungeon map. Cinematic scenes, voice acting only in English for right now. A physical edition, I'm interested in that. And then free new game content for backers, possible DLC, and much more. So this is what the physical version is going to look like. And oh, this looks great. Look at that, bro. Oh, that looks great. I like that a lot. And now here, this is what I want to talk about, the platforms. The current plan is to release Runa for Steam on the Windows platform first. The game is also designed to be played on consoles and can be played with a controller. So our goal is to get it released on PlayStation, Nintendo, and Xbox consoles. You can rest assured that the game will be wherever our players are. To add some extra info about it, as requested by our backers, there are currently no visible Kickstarter stretch goals for consoles. Right now, at the beginning of the campaign, the first visible stretch goal are the fishing minigames and new key characters, not to be confused with the project's overarching goals. This doesn't change our plans to release on consoles after the PC version, which, as we always state, will come first. If you're unsure about backing in hopes for an eventual console release, we gladly encourage you to wait and check how the campaign develops and our updates about it. So, at least for me, I'm not going to be backing right now because I am looking forward to console releases. I can't get it on PC anyway, so my only hope is that it comes to Nintendo Switch or whatever the new console is if it's in development. If it gets announced that they're going to be releasing it on consoles, especially a Nintendo console, I'm here. I'm here to support. So just don't worry if you're waiting for a console releases. They want this to happen. They want to release it on console, so I'm hopeful that they will be able to do that. And as for the languages, we understand that localization is very important. Runa will launch into early access in English and Spanish support. After that, we plan on updating the game to support the additional languages seen below. So there's English, Spanish, simplified Chinese, French, German, Japanese, Russian, Korean, and Portuguese. You can request new language additions supporting the campaign from your region. Please note that not all languages may be available at the same time, but we are working on it. And the team here, Felix, the developer or like the main director, environmental design, lead artist, game designer, writer, and OST. And then we have Kuki, who's a co-game designer and programmer, and Draftier, 3D modeler, rigging, and 3D animation. This is the whole team. This is the entire development team right here. Just these 3 people are the entire development team. And I could already tell they're working hard at this. So Some more important information. Under the name Fennec Studio, we are currently 3 people working on the project. We started working on Runa as a project to create a game reminiscent of the classics we hold dear. Currently, despite being only 3 people, we have a versatile team, and with the support from the campaign, we aim to strengthen the aspect in which we are more limited. And then here they explain why they chose Kickstarter and the risks and challenges involved with that. But yeah, that's really about it for the Kickstarter. There's a lot of information here that I didn't cover if you want to go and see about that. But overall, the game is looking very promising. I'm excited for it. More Xenoblade inspired games. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right. So I'm actually very excited for this. But I will link the Kickstarter in the description. Please go check it out and pledge if you can. But I will be keeping up with all of the updates for this game in videos, obviously. So any new information we get, I will be here to let y'all know. I'm excited for this game. So excited. So it looks pretty well done. Even for it being early in development, it looks pretty well. You can see some of the character, some of the character models look kind of stiff when moving around in combat in the overworld, but I'm sure they will take care of it. But overall, this game is looking very promising. I'm excited for it, and I will keep you updated. But until then, that's about it. See you next mission and play some goddamn Xenoblade.